breakthroughs don't come in big bang moments, right? They come in micro shifts. This is about creating a very small micro shift, picking one thing that's drained you in the last week, working out, can you delegate it, automate it, delete it? And more importantly, what would you do on the other side in order to replace that drain with a gain? Welcome to the latest edition of the Family and Business Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Mark Creedon, joining me in the chair, my life and my business partner, Caroline. Hey, Caroline.
And your boss. Hello, Mark.
Oh, yeah, all right. Well, you keep, I like that. I like the little bit of delusion slipping in is always a good thing. Yeah. No, I'm all good for it. Hey, in this episode, so last week we spoke about the 4 time zones, and we actually spoke about a 5th time zone being the freedom zone. So this is all about highest and best use of your time and understanding that time's about value. What I want to do in this episode is answer the question of this. Hey, Mark, Caroline, that's great that you set these time zones up, but how do I know when I'm in my genius zone? How do I know when I'm in my impact zone? What's some of the tools that I can use? And that's what I want to get into today. Since we spoke last time, again, been a busy week for you, super busy week for me. Can I share a highlight?
Okay.
Yeah, a highlight for me. It's got nothing to do with business, but has a lot to do with family.
I know it'll be, but yeah.
Okay, all right, go on. So you know, what is it?
Well, we're catching up with our grandkids on the weekend, so that'll be really cool.
Yeah, so a couple of highlights, right? Mm-hmm. Archie, our middle grandson, we got to watch him do something that I wish I could have done and never will do, and that is score a try at Suncorp Stadium. Yeah, right? Even though it was pissing down rain and we were getting wet watching him, but that's okay.
It
was
okay.
Worth it.
We were grandparents, that's what you do.
That's what grandparents do. So that was very, very cool. In fact, we went into Suncorp Stadium, used our passes to get in, stayed just to watch Archie play, didn't even stay for the game, went home. And then Nick sent us a photo of Eloise winning her race at school, coming first. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's get into it. How do you know whether, what's the factors or what's the criteria? Hey, it's great that you're talking to me about working in my genius zone. I believe that this is where you need to go into the emotional impact of time. So this is not about money, but the money will follow if you follow this process. So for me, this is about the emotional or the energy impact. And there's a little exercise that we use in Mastermind all the time called the gains and drains exercise.
Yep.
And so the first thing that you want to do is sit down and make a list of the things that I do. So you can go through and work out all these various time zones, the 4 time zones we spoke about, the freedom zone. You can do all of that. If you want to simplify it and go, I just want to find something that's super simple that will help me, here it is right now. So just make a note of this, record this, or whatever you need to do to make a note of it. But it's really simple. Understand of all the things I've done, do yourself a little audit of all the things that I've done in the last 7 days, what has drained me emotionally, physically,
mentally.
I mean, it might, if your job, if your role, your business is a physical, you're a concreter or it's a physical job, you might not be able to include that physical drain, but it's more about what's drained you emotionally and mentally.
Yeah.
What's really taken the wind out of your sails? What's been done where you've got to the end of the day and gone, oh God, that was just a shit day. All right. So what you've got to do is look at what are those things that are actually draining you emotionally. And so I love to think, Caroline, if you were to sit down and go, okay, here's a really interesting thing. Last week we spoke about the fact that you took one of the team out for a coffee. Yep. Right? And they were having a shit day. Yeah. But that didn't drain you emotionally. In fact, that energized you emotionally because you were actually able to play a role in their emotional recovery.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was good. They did really well.
They did really well, but you helped them to get there. And so it's important that we talk about, if you're looking at the things that are draining you emotionally, what are the things that you could do differently? Because step number 1, what's drained me? Step number 2, okay, how could I have dealt with that differently? Because we use
Drake.
Yeah, and that's a wellness program for our team.
It's a corporate wellness really where you can engage Drake and offer counselling and psychological support to your team, which is great because it's totally independent and out of your way.
So step number 1 is working out what are the things that I've done that have drained me in the last 7 days. Step number 2, how could I have handled them differently? And I think the approach to that is, did I deal with it the right way?
Yep.
Was I actually in the right frame of mind? Somebody comes to you and says, I've got a problem, and you feel like you've got a head full of problems. Maybe the best thing to do is to say, I'm happy to help.
Yeah.
But can we talk a bit later?
Can we talk about this later?
The other thing, can I say, is that one of the things that we've taught our team to do is to feel free to come. Doors always open, right? Come to us if you've got a problem. But if it's a work problem, please come to me with the problem and a potential solution.
Yeah.
So these are all the things that you can do to start protecting yourself from the drains. And it also falls into the DAD principle, right? The DAD principle.
Yeah.
The DAD principle is, if you've got something that's draining you, can you delete it, can you automate it, or can you delegate it, right? So sometimes it's delegating to things like Drake. Someone's got some issues. Hey, guys, go talk to the guys at Drake because they're better equipped than I am, and I want to support you, and I'm happy to pay for it. Automate it. Let's have a chat with Ed and talk about how can we use AI to generate some automation in this process. What can we help you with that? And that's for yourself as well. If you're doing things that are draining you, you have a think about it. Well, is it possible for me to automate this instead? And the final one is, like, if it's draining you and it doesn't really need to be done, like, piss it off.
Get rid of it.
Just delete it.
If it's draining you, often you're not that good at it.
Yeah, correct.
Or you have to think too hard about it, or you don't see the priority in your day.
Yep.
If somebody's upset and you're not the type of person that likes to engage other people, because there's some people that just, you say to them, you're either a hugger or you're not. And if this person's got to go and engage in somebody else, then
Hug
that's
other
just going to
people.
be...
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work. So be the right
you're a
person.
hugger.
Yeah, I'm a hugger.
So it's okay. So, all right. Imagine this, though. You're listening to this now and you're going, all right, guys, this is great. So I'm going to make a list of all the things that drain me, and I'm going to think of the things that I might be able to do with it. But I'm good at making the list, but I'm not good at working out how I can do something else about it, because there's nobody else that can do it, or I can't afford to employ a Drake program, or whatever it might be. What you then need is some impetus or motivation, and that's where the gains come in, right?
Yeah.
So we sort of go, well, imagine this. If you spent an hour yesterday on something that drained you and you had that hour back, what's something you could do in that hour that's actually going to gain you? In other words, that's going to enthuse you, energize you, give you emotional energy, yeah?
Yeah.
Because it then becomes the impetus, the motivation, right? Do you know what I mean? Like we often set targets. Like you set targets in your business. Hey, if I achieve this target, I'll take a holiday. Hey, I'll buy a new car. I'll do the renovations. I'll take the kids to Disneyland, whatever it might be.
And some people work on timeframes. Let's work on getting this done by a certain amount of time. And that's a real driver for people. Some people just love that.
So this is what we're talking about here, is a driver. So if you've got these things that are draining you, what's a driver that will help you to actually want to get rid of them? And so the exercise we do is, part 1, make a list of the drains, make a list of the options that you've got of being able to move them on. Part 2 is to go, okay, if I'm going to get rid of that drain and it took up an hour last week, what could I do in that hour which is a gain? And if you were to make those 2 lists and you put them together, suddenly what happens is there's this great motivation for you to get rid of the drains because you want to get into the gains.
Yep.
And
the gains are going to make you more money, so why would you say in the drains?
Well, they're going to either make you more money or make you more happy.
Yep.
Yeah, or give you more options, or do you know what I mean?
Yep. More time in your business, on your business.
Or more time out of your business.
Yeah.
So if somebody said to me, hey, you can spend some time with the grandkids, there's a gain, or you can spend some time doing your bookkeeping, there's a drain. I'd rather pay a bookkeeper $90 an hour and go spend time with the grandkids.
I don't think bookkeepers are $90 an hour anymore.
No, I think they are. I think, yeah. Anyway, whatever, right? I guess the point we're trying to make here is that it's not always about the money. It's not always about the money. Like, we're all in business to make money, right? And the money isn't the goal. The money is the tool that gives us the options and choice and the freedom and all those things that we want to achieve. It's why and to follow our passion and dreams, and that's why we went into business in the first place. But this isn't necessarily always about money. What we do is work out, how do we get our emotional energy, our mental energy? I just went to touch my head, but touch the earpiece instead of the headphones instead. But this is about how do you get this mental energy back by not being so drained by doing it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And if you make that list of gains, it really is that motivation to get you back there.
And it's a great opportunity to stop and look at it and go, why am I doing these things? This is delegation. This is delegation 101.
Yep.
I should be getting rid of these things.
Yep. So if you want to know what's the definition of a drain, it's things that drain you mentally, things that feel heavy, repetitive, or really frustrating. Or the other thing is things that you put off. Yeah.
Procrastinating things.
Yeah. Because you know what? If you're really procrastinating about it, it's actually the universe giving you a message, or your subconscious actually giving you a message that the reason that you're not doing these things is because you don't like them. They're a drain. They take away they sap you of your energy. And I think the worst part about that is if you spend a day doing things that are drains, how do you feel when you get home?
Oh, I think you're just over it, and you're probably snappy when you get home too.
I mean, you're never snappy,
I'm not a snappy type, but
I mean, luckily neither am I. I'm not snappy either, so it works. I'm probably more likely.
you're more likely to be snappy than me.
I'm more likely to explode than snap. But anyway, it's true, right? If you spend your day doing things that are draining you, you're going to take. It's like walking through mud. Right? If you walk through mud and then you just got home and you walked straight into your door and didn't bother to wipe your feet or take your boots off, you're going to walk mud all through your house. And it's the same thing with your business. If you spend your days doing things that drain you mentally and exhaust you emotionally, that's the shit that you're going to take home when you walk in, and you're going to take that to your significant other, your partner, your kids, the dog, whatever it might be, your friends.
So I'm sorry, but I can't get past the walking through the house with the mud on your shoes.
No, you would.
So I'm just sort of thinking,
I would
it
not
would be more than a drain.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So the concept here, guys, is think about what are these things that are draining me? Are there things I'm doing that I then take home? Right? And then work out how you're going to get rid of them and use the motivation of the gains. If I could replace this draining thing with this gaining thing, how would it make me feel? What's the impact? I mean, I always think when we talk about setting targets and goals, you've also got to think about what's the impact of the goal. Because a goal, just for a goal's sake, I want to make $1 million, or I want to write $100,000 in business in the next 30 days or whatever. It's just a goal.
Yeah.
Right? But if it's I want to write this amount of business so that I can do this, now it becomes a motivation for it. And this is exactly the same.
Yeah. And if you're listening to this episode and you're thinking, oh, this is just not rah-rah, but it's just not real. It's not a day-to-day thing. This is not going to impact my business. It's not going to make my business any better, any stronger, any more efficient. I'm going to challenge you on that, because you're going to be able to create more time for yourself and have those things. So for you to be able to have a business that is going to be less reliant on you, doing these small little exercises are going to help you get there. So just give yourself half an hour, 10 minutes even.
Yep.
Whatever, to sit down and actually just think about this stuff. You'll see the difference, and then you just have to start creating a little bit of momentum so that you are actually completing them and maintaining that action.
And the other thing too is we often talk about moving the needle, right? And we say, if you're measuring the success of something, or you're measuring how happy you are with something, or it's not about if it's on a scale of 1 to 10, it's not about going from a 3 to a 7. Or from a 5 to a 10. It's about going from a 3 to a 3.5, or a 5 to a 5.5. It's just shifting the needle in a very small amount. Because remember this, breakthroughs don't come in big bang moments, right? They come in micro shifts. This is about creating a very small micro shift, picking one thing that's drained you in the last week, working out, can you delegate it, automate it, delete it? And more importantly, what would you do on the other side in order to replace that drain with a gain? Yep. Follow that.
Awesome.
One step at a time. One this week, another one next week, another one the week after. Inside 3 months, suddenly you've got rid of all of the things that are draining you, and you're focusing mostly on the things that gain energy for you. And if you think this is rah-rah, hey, we could give you a whole list of people that we've worked with that have done exactly this, and it's really shifted both their business and their life around.
Yep.
If you are, Caroline, thank you.
No, thanks, Mel.
That's great. Hey, if you're listening to this on your favourite podcast app, please subscribe, and share it with, if you've enjoyed what you've listened to today, then please share it with others. If you've not enjoyed it at all, share it anyway. Why should you be the only one who suffers? If you're watching this on YouTube, we'd love you to like and subscribe. Set the notifications so that the next episode drops come straight through to you. And also in the comments, if there's something that you'd like Caroline and I to discuss around your family business, drop it into the comments. We'd love to be able to help you. Once again, Caroline, thanks heaps. Until we speak next in the next edition of the Family and Business Podcast, I'm Mark Creedon. Please make sure you spend time with those who matter most.